trans sister said I was dead to her for saying partner instead of sapphic lover, so I gave her the funeral she wanted. My sister Carly came out as trans 3 years ago, and I've been her biggest cheerleader through every milestone, every document change, and every small victory. But somewhere between the hormones and the name change, she also transitioned into someone who weaponizes her identity like a loaded gun. I'm talking about the kind of person who posts, "If you can't handle me at my worst, you're transphobic," while actively destroying anyone who shows her an ounce of support. She demanded I skip my chemotherapy to attend her lesbian awakening ceremony and called me transphobic when I said I was too nauseous. She screamed at our parents for saying girlfriend instead of whatever term she decided on that particular Tuesday. She got my best friend Rory, who's also trans, banned from our support group for bi erasure when Rory mentioned dating men. She even told our 74-year-old grandma she was literally killing trans people for asking if Carly's girlfriend was a nice girl. I tried talking to her, telling her that this behavior would just push people away for nothing, and she'd regret it in a few years. I told her how I was still being kind to others despite having cancer, so she posted my private medical information on Twitter, saying I was using chronic illness as an excuse to avoid validating my trans sapphic journey. I was heartbroken and felt both betrayed and frustrated, but the real breaking point came last week over a simple fucking question. I ran into Carly at the grocery store and asked, "How's your partner doing?" Trying to be respectful and inclusive. Apparently she'd decided that morning that partner was corporate heteronormative language, and everyone must now say sapphic lover. Carly's response? A public Facebook post that said, "My brother just proved he'd rather use violent cis heteronormative language than honor his trans sister's sapphic identity. He called my sapphic lover a partner like we're business associates. I'm officially declaring him dead to me. If you're really my friend, you'll block him too." Partner is literally erasing queer love. 67 people unfriended me over using the word partner. My own support network gone because I didn't psychically know she'd changed her preferred relationship terminology 12 hours earlier. That's when I realized Carly wasn't struggling with her identity. She was thriving on the power it gave her to hurt people without consequence. And if she wanted to declare me dead over saying partner, then maybe it was time I gave her the funeral she so desperately wanted. I decided to lean into her declaration. If I was dead to her, then I'd give her exactly what she asked for. I started simple. Changed my voicemail to, "You've reached James's memorial hotline. He was tragically killed by heteronormative vocabulary. Please leave sapphic condolences after the beep." Then I had flowers delivered to her apartment with a card. "In loving memory of your brother, murdered by the word partner." Carly called me 43 times that day. I didn't answer. Next, I sent sympathy cards to all our mutual relatives that said things like, "Thinking of you during this difficult time of pronoun-related loss." I signed them, "A friend who says sapphic lover." Within hours, my phone was blowing up with confused aunts and uncles asking Carly what the hell was happening. Yep, I was framing it so that Carly had declared my death. Whenever I ran into anyone from her friend group around town, I'd mention casually that I was planning a celebration of life for myself. Since Carly declared me dead for saying partner instead of sapphic lover, I figured I should honor her wishes, I'd say with a sad smile. Apparently, it was linguistic violence. Word spread fast. People started asking Carly about the service. She tried explaining that I wasn't actually dead, but that made her look even worse. "So you declared your brother dead because he said partner?" they'd ask. That's really messed up, Carly. The masterpiece came together when I scheduled my funeral for the same day as her sapphic terminology workshop she'd been planning. I rented the community center across the street from her venue, put up a big sign, "Celebration of life for James, victim of the word partner." Even hired a friend to dramatically read a dictionary definition of partner while crying. I invited everyone with a simple message. Carly declared me dead to her on social media last week for using inclusive terminology that wasn't specifically gay enough. Since she's made her wishes clear, I'm honoring them with a proper goodbye. Light refreshments and a sapphic vocabulary lesson will be provided. The turnout was incredible. Turns out I wasn't the only one Carly had burned. Many relatives and even Rory showed up. My parents came too, confused but supportive. Meanwhile, Carly's workshop only had 6 attendees. She could see the crowd at my event through the windows. She tried crashing my funeral, screaming about erasure and violence, but Rory stood up and spoke the truth. "The only person committing violence here is you, Carly. You use our community as a weapon. You declared your brother dead while he has cancer because he said partner. We're here to mourn the relationship you killed over a word." Carly left in tears. No one attacked her identity. They just refused to let her use it as a shield for cruelty anymore. The best part? She couldn't complain about it online without admitting she declared me dead for saying partner instead of sapphic lover. These days, Carly tells people I'm dramatic and petty, but she stopped policing everyone's vocabulary. And whenever someone says partner, she flinches, remembering the funeral she demanded over a perfectly respectful word.